Konnichiwa, hello and welcome. This is Roy at NinjaZola90, and today I will be reviewing the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Goldar figure. And yes, this was my first Lightning Collection figure that I got in for my recent haul because I'm just starting to collect these late, and I got some things to say about it, and I will be covering that in this review, so let's get started. And now, starting things off with the box, because we gotta talk about cool looking boxes on this channel while we still have them, and I think I'm going to keep these boxes because I'm going to try to find something that's long enough to hang them on my wall, so I might put the figures back inside when I'm not displaying them on a shelf. But anyway, as you can see, I still have some of his accessories inside, along with his effect part that goes on his sword, but I'll get to that later. First things first, we see a picture of, a kind of like a comic book looking drawing of Goldar on the front of the box, looking really cool and fearsome and mean with his blood red eyes right there, looking evil. We have the Saban Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo right there, and it says Mighty Morphin Goldar right there at the bottom on that dark navy blue strip. The title of the figure, we have the Hasbro logo at the bottom right. Of course, it says ages 4+, which I technically wouldn't give this to a 4-year-old, but anyway. We also have a warning label letting you know that this is not one of Ernie's smoothies, and this is not edible, so don't even think about it. So I think that's obvious, something we should all know by now. But anyway, the side of the box, we have another picture of Goldar right there, and the other side, we have the side of Goldar's head, and we have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo. The back of the box, we have another really cool picture of the Goldar figure with his sword and his wings out. And there's another Goldar in the Lightning Collection without his wings that comes with a different effect part for his sword, and that has like gold accents on the bottom of the hilt. Mine doesn't have that, but I wanted my Goldar to have wings, so I got this one first. And we should have the Hasbro logo at the top right, but it's kind of a little ripped, but that's fine. And of course, we have some more legal mumbo jumbo and blah 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 blah. And the bottom of the box, yeah, nothing too interesting. So that pretty much concludes it for the box. Now, on to the figure. And now we have the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Goldar figure right before us in all of his golden Goldilocks evil glory. And yes, I called him that, Goldilocks, because yeah, that's the nickname I gave to Goldar. Yeah, anyway, as you can see, he is mostly wearing golden armor. He's kind of, I would say, kind of cross between kind of like a bat and an ape and a wolf sort of character, sort of like creature. He has, like I said, if you bring him up, very evil looking blood red eyes. Let me put this light on my phone so we can see. We can see he has fangs in his mouth. He has, I believe this is the headdress inside of his helmet. I don't think that's its hair, because yeah, it's like a fur piece, just like what's attached to the back of his skirted armor. So yeah, that's not a tail. But anyway, he has like sort of like this dark bluish face, and he kind of has like this flat piece that goes across his helmet, and of course he has like this sort of fin type of piece on the top of his helmet. And he has like these cat ears pointed on the top of his helmet as well. Also has some red under armor. So we do have red accents on his armor as well. He just looks overall very fearsome and evil and mean, because Goldar is evil. And of course, his sword, let me get it out of his hand. Yeah. The one that comes with this Goldar, he fell, but okay. Okay, stay. Okay. The sword that comes with this Goldar, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what his sword is called. I don't even know if his sword has a name, but I would just say Goldar's sword that comes with this figure is mostly mainly just a metallic silver colorization, and it has a red jewel in the middle of the hilt right there. So there is that, and it goes with the serrated spikes going backwards. So basically you place it in his hand like this and you just push. I know I get kind of concerned about I might snap the handle, but I'm not. You just gotta handle it carefully. So I got it in there. I would say Lightning Collection figures are very sharply detailed, very well sculpted. I guess somebody at Hasbro sculpts them, I guess. But they look really good. They look very show accurate, and I really like it. Far as articulation, articulation with this one felt a bit stiff out of the box, but once you break it in, it's fine. Now, of course, you do have to pop in his wings out of the box, so his wings are detachable. So I can take Goldar's wings off and put them back on if I choose to. So you can do that, but I'm just gonna leave them on. I'm just demonstrating that they are removable, so that is an option. But the one that comes without the wings is like from the season 1. It's kind of like different attachments that goes on his back piece. But anyway, far as articulation, his head really doesn't move all that much because it's hindered by his headdress inside of his helmet. So we can move it a little bit, but not a whole lot. We can look up about that much and down about that much. We do have good arm articulation. The arms are on a swivel hinge, so we can bring them forward like so. We can bring them back like so. Although we can't quite move them a full 360 because they are hindered by his shoulder armor. So they're pretty much hindered by his shoulder guards there. So we can't really move them a full 360, but we can bring them out like that on a hinge. So we can bring them out about that much and then back down about that much. As you are hearing, the hinges are very ratchety. And we do have a double joint at the elbows as well, so we can bend those elbows. That for forward, that for down. We have a swivel at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist as well. Same is true with the other hand, so we can swivel at the wrist and bend the wrist forward and back. And the hands are also removable because it does come with accessories. But I'll get into that later. But just when you put his hands back in, do make sure you have these pegs lined up with these sockets very thoroughly. So make sure you push that in correctly, because I don't want to break them by accident. And As far as waist articulation, we do have an ab crunch, as you see, and the chest, the torso armor is the soft rubbery material, so we can really bend that waist so it's not hindered by anything, and we can also rotate that torso a full 360 all the way around and the opposite way as well. So we do have that. Hip leg articulation, the hips are on the ball joints. We can spread them out about that much, not a whole lot, but we do get a good decent range of motion. We can kick forward about this much. We can kick back, not so much. Same is true with the other leg, so we can kick forward about that much and not so much back. We do have a double joint at the knee, so we can bend those knees that far backwards if we want to, and forward again. We have a swivel hinge in the ankle, so we can swivel those feet all the way around a full 360 and bend them forward and back like so. And same is true with the other foot, and forward and back like so. Wing articulation, like I said, his wings are removable. We can swivel them up and down like so. We also have a hinge, so we can bring them forward and back. We can flap those wings. We have another swivel hinge at the midsection of the wings, so we can bring them up some more, about that much, and we can swivel them like so. So that is a thing. So if we want Goldar to fly, Goldar can fly. I need to go catch those Power Rangers. Just kidding. But anyway, yeah. This is overall a good figure. I like him. I think it's built solid. I don't think this figure is going to break on me anytime soon. I really don't see that many QC issues with this figure, except for maybe he's a little wiggly at the top, but that's fine. That doesn't bother me. I think he's just a little top heavy because of his wings. That's about it. But other than that, I would say this figure is absolutely fine. And yeah, it's hard to go wrong with these for the price. And of course, I got this one from eBay. They didn't have this one on BigBadToyStore.com, so I had to get him on the aftermarket, which I probably paid a little markup, but not much. But I am looking on eBay first for the figures that I want that's not on Big Bad Toy Store or available at official retailers, so I can get those before they go up in price any further. Unfortunately, the Green Ranger Tommy I had to pay a little markup for, but the seller's taking care of me well. He should be arriving soon, so I will be unboxing that one very soon. And I also have a White Ranger Tommy as well, the metallic ones, which I have the whole set coming. And yeah, I do plan on collecting a lot more Lightning Collection figures, because I think this one overall turned out great. Of course, the joints are not as loose, not as like fluidly loose as what they are with the Legacy Collection figures. This is my only Legacy Collection figure by far. I might get the Dragon Armor Mighty Morphin Red Ranger like this, because I've been eyeing him, but I don't know, because I only have like one Legacy Collection, that is the Mighty Morphin Tommy White Ranger. But anyway, yeah, I think this the Lightning Collection figures are overall solid. The only one I heard like had real bad QC issues, I think, was the Dino Fury Green Ranger Izzy figure is something about like the head joints was what like where the neck joint is was like brittle, and then like the whole joint was coming off when they tried to pop off the head, swap out the civilian head with the helmet. So I mean, I'm not quite sure. I'm like going for like Mighty Morphin like earlier like seasons of Power Rangers before I get into those. But yeah, like I said, my thoughts on these are overall positive, and yeah. And with that said, it is now time for me to quit my yapping and finally get into my final verdict. So let's get to it. And right quick, before we get into the final verdict, I completely forgot about going over accessories with this figure. So yeah, let's get to it because I left them in the box and I said I was going to get to them during this review, and yeah, finally I'm getting to them. As you can see, he comes with a closed fist hand, and he also comes with another sort of open palm hand, sort of in a claw grip. And of course, we have this super cool effect part that goes on top of his sword. So we put that up there like that. Wait, I don't think I have it right. There we go. It goes like just like that. So yeah, that's how his effect parts look. Well, his effect parts and the accessories that this figure comes with. Not very many accessories, but you do get a cool effect part. And with the Goldar without the wings, you kind of get more like a sort of like a fiery red effect part with it. This one's kind of like purple lightning. But anyway, yeah, that's the concludes it for accessories and the effect part he comes with. And now, let's get into my final verdict. And now for my final verdict on the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Goldar figure here. If I have to give this one a score based on detail, articulation, and playability, I have to give him a drumroll, please. A well-deserved, highly credited 5 out of 5 stars. Why? I think this figure has an overall very good sculpt. Detail is about as show accurate can get for figures within this price range. I really like how the gold color looks on him, as well as his face, and just overall, just all of the detail in this figure. It just looks exactly like Goldar appeared in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers throughout my childhood. Technically, his figure looks good. I would have to say, detail wise, gets a definite pass. Articulation is top notch. Although I would say it does feel a bit stiff in some areas, articulation is not bad at all. It's really doable. It's very posable. The only thing I would say is wings make them a little top heavy, but that's fine. So I'm not going to take any points off for that. And yeah, I will have to say, playability wise, which also kind of goes along with articulation, but playability is kind of like joint tolerance, how well this figure stays together without popping apart, without pieces falling off. I would say he stays together very well. Playability is high quality. Yeah, all the joints and everything, where they connect to the body and how they move, everything feels solid. Especially for budget collectibles like this, which yeah, it's funny how that's better than one of these, which is the Godzilla SH Monsters figure, which costs like over $100. And yeah, we got QC issues in the head with this one. Yeah. So, in that it's not just SH Monster Arts, it's just SH figures from Premium Bandai that suffer from those QC issues in general. So it's just not just the Godzilla line. Yeah, but it's just because Premium Bandai has been cutting corners as of late. But like a lot of their earlier figures are fine. But anyway, that's another subject for another day. I was just kind of showing you a quick comparison to how some expensive figures are just kind of, more of a gamble, over something that's more like a budget-friendly collectible. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video and you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, love you all, stay safe, God bless, and peace out.